the link to sense here. Okay, no problem. So link up. I want to link up. Okay, Oshe, thank you. Somebody gate in, let me get John. We are John who are around. Go at the end of your gate. Let me see. I will call you Katobere.
We are live. We are live on YouTube also now, right? So.
Any John, good morning. I hope you slept well. I hope you slept well. Fine. Are you in the house? You are not in the house. Are you in the house? Oh, okay, please go to Durojaye's gate and collect something. Don't try to enter because they have. John, go to Durojaye's gate. Through the small entrance, they will give you an annual report which you will bring to me. Yeah. I beg, I am downstairs. I don't have any money with me. I'm at this thing, dining. My chair. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm aware of it. I'm aware I'm aware of it. Yes, I'm hearing you. No, just give an excuse that is I agree with you. Because I'm aware that Ben saw him and just find something to say that the regulators will not be able to fault you easily. There is crisis, there is coffee in Plateau, and the man had gone to his village. Yes, technical problems. Yeah.
Sonny, Sonny?
Yes, sir.
Sonny? Yeah, everyone is hearing what you are saying, you know. I believe you're on phone.
Oh, yeah, I did not mute. No problem.
Yes.
We are saying the truth. We are saying the truth.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Chairman, good morning, sir.
Come and carry this tip. Good morning, sirs.
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sirs.
Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, madam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm gonna fix this one for me, I beg.
Good morning, sirs. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Okocha. Good morning, Engineer Adrago.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Barrister Chinedu, good morning.
Good morning to you, Chinenye.
Chinenye, is it only to directors that the morning is good? What about the shareholders?
Good morning, Sir Sonny. Good morning. You've been trying to organize yourself, so I said, let me allow you settle down.
Oh, are you saying this link set up by Chinedu is an army bomb?
Good morning, our registrars. So everybody, good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning.
I'm up.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Nwosu.
Thank you. Let's sing the national anthem.
Good morning, sir. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Nwosu. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Juliet.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, my Oga.
Morning, sir.
Look at us speaking.
Are you hearing me? Mrs. Bakari.
Company Secretary.
Good morning,
Hello.
all.
Good
Morning,
morning,
sir.
National
Good morning.
Coordinator.
Hello, good
Company
morning.
Secretary, National Anthem.
If the chairman is ready, we are all set.
Where are you? Come and put the middle generator for me first.
We are better off singing the national anthem so that we can proceed.
Please, can you hear me? Good morning.
Yes, sir, we can hear
Sir,
you.
we can hear you, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Can we all rise for the national anthem so that we can open the meeting and try to see how they're run. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I hope everyone is hearing me.
Yes,
we can.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, please, can we all rise wherever we are to sing our national anthem so that we can commence the meeting? Can we all rise, please? Wherever you are.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Amen.
Amen. God lead our land.
Okay, please, before we proceed, first of all, I want to tell the meeting and apologize that the chairman of board has asked me to preside over this meeting because first, the where he is, there's crisis in a plateau state, and where he is now, we are unable to link up with him due to link issues, and so someone called me on his behalf that I should start up the meeting, and but anytime he's able to join, he can still join us. So we're going to start the meeting without delay. So please, to enable us have a smooth start, can I ask Nwosu, Nwosu, to give us an opening prayer, please?
Shall we rise for the opening prayer, please? In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
Amen.
Father, we thank you upon the part of all the odds that we are going through today. The shareholders, board and management, and staff of Universal Assurance had the courage to hold this meeting. We pray that with this courage you have given to us, whatever we are going to discuss here, Father, we ask you to bless every item and every advice and discussions that we are going to have today. We pray that you keep us safe from all the crises that we are going through. Every part of the country and everywhere in the world, there is one crisis or the other. You alone can settle what is creating these problems. Father, hear our prayers and help us to settle all this. Father, we thank you. Universal assurance. A few years ago, nobody knew that it's going to exist. But today, it has done, and you have used your blessings to grow universal insurance that it has crossed the death line. Father, we pray that by the time our regulators will come back to look at universal insurance, it would have succeeded in crossing all odds to become a giant insurance company in this country. Father, we pray that the manager, from board to the least person there in the company that has contributed to what universal insurance company is today, will remain in the company to enjoy the fruit of their labor. Shareholders will also enjoy the fruit of their labor. And the public that this insurance company is serving will also be happy and bring in as much business as possible that will help the insurance company to continue to grow. Father, help us and guide us. Everywhere there are problems, please help us to solve it. Today we have heard that we are 7.8 billion people on this earth. You created us. And therefore, Father, I pray that you will continue to protect us from all the dangers that can militate against human beings. Grant us a good environment, Father, and grant us happiness and joy, good health, sound body and soul. These are many other things we ask through Christ our Lord. Father, I also pray that wherever our chairman is, despite the challenges of illness and other things, you will touch him and he will be healed and be happy to join us at this meeting. In Jesus' special name, I have prayed.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Nwosu, for the prayers and also remembering.
Point of order, Chairman.
Yes.
Point of order, Chairman.
Go ahead,
please. For smooth running of this meeting, let everybody mute themselves so that only the person that is speaking should be muted, so that the noise will be reduced, please.
Thank you very much. I think the administrator, please, and unmute anybody, and let's signify when we want to stop by raising our hands. Zoom has that provision. You can see me and my hand up. So if you want to speak, raise your hand up, and the administrator can unmute you so that you can speak. Thank you very much for your observation. Now, I would like to call on the register. I believe the registers are here.
When you speak, you unmute.
Hello. Hello, there's so much noise on the background. Administrator, can you mute everybody? Mute everybody so that only the person that is speaking will have the microphone to speak.
Okay.
There's so much noise.
Everybody should be muted, sir, please, so I will be running meeting.
The registrar to confirm that we have a quorum for this meeting. Registrars, please.
Where's the registrar?
Can you unmute the registrar? Let's hear from the registrar, please.
Okay. Registrar, please kindly unmute. I've asked you to unmute.
Okay. Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. I'm OMOTAYO ADEWALE, sir, from Carnation Registrars.
Yes, sir.
Only one who's not hearing you.
Can you also turn on your video so that we can see you?
Okay, sir.
Yes, I asked that you should confirm that we have a quorum in this meeting. That's what I asked.
Okay, sir. I hereby confirmed that the AGM meeting can proceed, sir.
Okay, so we have a proper quorum to proceed.
Yes,
That's
sir.
not correct, Mr. Chairman. I've raised my hand. These registrars should know what they are doing. You don't say you hereby confirm that AGM should proceed. You must tell us the number of proxies you receive. You must tell us the percentage of the total number of proxies.
Thank you very much, Prof. Nwosu. Okay, Registrar, please, can you break it down? The proxies you received, what is the minimum that forms a quorum so that we know that we have a quorum?
Sit down. Where's my papa? Sit down. Let me You don't want what? You don't want to.
Registrar, can you go ahead, please?
Okay, sir. During the course of the week, we received an executed proxy form of 122 proxy forms was received in our office. Yeah. Hello,
Registrar, what is the total number of proxies you receive?
Okay, 122 forms.
How many in this thing?
The number of shares is represented.
The number of shares.
The holding percentage.
Oh, okay.
What is the quorum? What is the quorum for this meeting? Is it what percentage of shareholders form a quorum for this meeting?
It is the company secretary that can tell us that.
No, the registrar that we have. We also have the registrars here, so they know what constitutes a quorum.
No. It is the company secretary that can tell us this is the quorum. The registrars will tell us the number of shares they receive and the percentage over the issued unit of the company shares. That's all we need. Carnation, you have to come to ISAM for training, or you go to
Company secretary, can you confirm what forms a quorum? Because I'm aware that in this particular meeting in attendance, we have two critical shareholders that between the two of them form more than 30% of the total shareholding. So can you confirm, company secretary, what forms a quorum? Which, if I'm not mistaken, I think is 25%, but can you confirm that, please?
Okay, sir. I can confirm that 25% of the issued and paid up share capital one makes quorum. And African Alliance Insurance has about 26%.
Please, Chinenye, that is not what we are talking. You put yourself into trouble. Tell us this. You have said it that 25% forms a quorum.
Yes.
That is yes, but the registrars must tell us the number of shares that came in from this 122 proxies they received.
Okay. Hello, Isa. Isa, are you here? Isa, please unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sirs.
Good morning.
Good morning, sirs.
Good morning.
Good morning, sirs.
Please.
Good morning, we can hear you.
Yeah. Can you tell us the number of proxy forms you received?
Yeah, Tayo,
Yes, sir. I'm with you, sir.
please, let's have the figures.
We have 122 forms, sir.
Okay.
122 forms.
What is the holding of the 122 forms? The shareholding of the 122 forms.
And percentage.
That's the information that is required. The registrar, the 122 forms. I mean, what is the total number of shares and the percentage that it represents? So that will enable us to know if we have the 25% to proceed with the meeting. Can we give you a little time to add up your numbers if you have not added them up?
Yes, please. Because we need time to add up our numbers because
they didn't do their own work.
We did our works. The proxy forms are not with us in the house. See, they are in the office. What we did was to have yes, and what we did was to attach the units of all the proxy forms that were received. So for us to be able to calculate that, we would have gotten the proxy forms. But give us time now so that the IT fellow can just check the register of members and get the figures out.
My registrar.
Gentlemen, I think in fairness to the registrars, up till last night, we're still working because nobody.
No. Chairman, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Don't go that way.
Okay. I was trying to explain that.
Tony, wait, make Sonny talk. Tony, wait more. Sonny, say what you want to say.
What I want to say is that the registrar knows that proxies must be delivered 48 hours before the meeting. No doubt about that. If he's telling us, because I'm aware that the whole of his office was blocked by the protesters, that he was unable to have enough time to calculate this thing. There is still a window for him because he must tell us before we go into voting. So we can continue the meeting and give him some few minutes, because if we don't have it to ensure that we have formed a quorum, this meeting will be annulled. So that's why it is very important. As we are talking, they are supposed to have been doing their calculation to know how many shares that these 122 people contributed, apart from those who are physically available that so let's just continue to go round and round.
It's not a matter of take the week off now. 50% and above, 5% and
let Chinedu share the notice of the meeting. Chinedu, share the notice of the meeting on the screen for everybody to see, including those who are watching from somewhere.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, please.
Yeah, good morning, sir. My name is Mrs. Bisi Bakari. Can we continue with the meeting like Sir Nwosu suggested, so
No, you cannot.
Chairman can start introducing the directors. Thereafter, the company secretary will read the notice of the meeting, so that we will come back to the registrar later, so that we can continue the meeting.
Sir Nwosu has already said that they should put up, suggested that they should put up the agenda. That's what we are putting. See on the screen. Let's see the agenda, then we'll introduce the people, but we still need to confirm that we have a quorum for the meeting.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Hello, sir.
Registrar, please go ahead.
Yes, well, with the record we have, the proxy forms we have in the office, if we are able to assess it and take the figure of the units of shareholders that have submitted proxy forms, approximately a forum will be formed for this meeting. But that cannot be confirmed now because we don't have the proxy forms to enable us to take the units that are on the proxy forms so that a forum by this meeting, can be formed. But I want to believe that a forum, a forum can be formed, a quorum can be formed if we actually have the figures. But presumably the figures that we have and the proxies that have been submitted will definitely form a quorum, and this meeting can go on.
Okay, thank you.
Registrar.
Yes, sir.
Can you give us a guarantee, because we have been listening to everywhere, that if please they should mute all those people should mute their phones. Where is all this ones coming from?
The admin
Hello, sir. Sorry, sir. I think the admin, I've written it on the chat. Admin should please mute everybody.
I've muted everybody. Can I share the notice of the meeting?
Please go ahead, sir.
Registrar. Is the registrar there?
Notice.
Chinedu, please wait. You people are just joking with issues. You yourself ought to know. By now, you are supposed to have a figure from the registrar that this is what they have collected. And if any one of us do not know anything, we ask questions. There's telephone for us to ask questions. You cannot gather the whole people that showed interest in this meeting and jeopardize everything that we are discussing today. You ought to have gotten all this report. The registrar is supposed to have given you this report. What the registrar is telling us is just bullshit statements. I'm sorry to use that language. So let him give us a guarantee. If anything happens to this meeting, he'll be responsible. Your responsibility will be to pay for the rearrangement of this AGM and everything. I hope nothing will go wrong, but that is the only way we can put you on your toes to understand what you are supposed to have done. During this protest, Ben was going around. Under the protest, they had to walk to make sure that the shareholders, proxies, and everybody to this meeting will be abreast with the situation so that we can have a meeting. You registrar, you are staying in your office, you are talking about computer. Can't you use the computer at your home to calculate all these things? So, Mr. Chairman, that's my position on this. If we have to proceed, the registrar will be responsible and the company secretary for any negative fallout from this meeting.
Mr. Chairman, please, can I make a comment? Akela, that's my name. Can I make a comment? Mr. Chairman, can I make a comment, sir?
Go ahead. We are here. We are listening to you. Go ahead.
All right. My comment, Akinlade Matthew is my name. My comment is that
Mr. Akinlade.
Yes, sir.
Please, you did not hear the voice of the chairman.
The chairman.
The voice of Moses.
Moses
Moses
is not the one to
spoke. And Moses is not the chairman of the meeting. Please wait until the chairman.
Please hold on, sir.
No problem.
They are trying to get the acts together. Moses, please, you are not the chairman of this meeting. You're
Chairman, please, unmute. Chairman.
Academy.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, that's the chairman.
Yeah, chairman.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please go ahead.
The chairman says you should go ahead. The chairman asked me to go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
Please go ahead, sir. I said that, sir.
What I want, right, Mr. Chairman, what I want to suggest is that why the registrar is sorting out the issue of quorum. We can commence the meeting, and when they are ready, then we stop and allow them to give out the number of shareholders, proxies they received, and the number of shares is represented, and the percentage of the shareholding to give us comfort that we have a forum for the meeting. So while they are doing that, please let us commence by starting with introduction or whatever is the next item on the agenda. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I think let me make the comment I wanted to make after Chief Nwosu spoke. I think the issue of a quorum is very paramount to this meeting. If for any reason, for instance, we don't have a quorum for a meeting and you go ahead to hold that meeting, it will amount to a nullity. But yes, having said that, Nwosu was very vivid but the point I want to bring out here is that we, the directors of the company, we believe, of course, the registrars have the responsibility of summing up the numbers, but we believe that two major representations we have here in this meeting today hold 30% of the shares of the company. So I think we should proceed with the meeting and allow the registrars to tidy up, like the two speakers have said, so that we don't spend all the time today here waiting for the registrar to collect the numbers, which they have already said they left the forms in their office. So if we are in agreement, can we proceed with the meeting, please? Hello? Are we all in agreement, please? Can you hear me?
Supported,
Go ahead,
sir.
Chairman.
Yes,
Supported,
sir.
sir.
Let's proceed.
Okay, okay, thank you. So let me start by introducing members of the directors of the company that are participating in this meeting, as well as the audit committee members and the critical stakeholders. I will start by introducing the directors of the company. Myself, an executive. Sorry, let me start with the chairman who is going to join us later in this meeting. Lieutenant General Joshua Dogoyaro, CFR, is going to join us later in the meeting. Then my humble self, Anthony Okocha, a non-executive director of the company. I have Jasper Nduagwike joining from his base in Enugu, a non-executive director of the company as well. We have the managing director, CEO of the company, Benuju Atuonu, who is also in the meeting. Then we have Regina Danyahu, also in the meeting, who's an executive director responsible for Northern operations. Then we have Paulinus Fozo, who's our ED technical. So that's as far as the directorship of the company. But well and above that, and not the least, we have our backbone. Our backbone in this meeting, the chief financier of the company and the core investor in the company. It's Cyril Ajago, okay, also present in the meeting. And one of our major shareholders holding 26% of the company, BC Adekola, representing the interest of African Alliance. We are all present here in the meeting. Of course, the audit committee members are also present. I will ask Mr. Lukoya, if you are here, to introduce the rest of the members if they are here. CAC Opara is supposed to be here. Mr. Amelome is supposed to also be here. Then that's from the shareholder side. Then from the side of the company, we have my humble self, who is a member of the audit committee. We have Regina Daniel, who is a member of the audit committee. I have Jasper Nduagwike, who is also a member of the audit committee, and all directors of the company. Thank you very much. So let me see. So having made an introduction, let me call on the secretary to read the notice for the meeting.
What of Mr. Chairman, please? What of the regulators?
Okay,
Introduce
sorry.
the regulator.
Sorry. Thank you for that information. Please, can we confirm that the regulators are representative of SEC is in this meeting? Please, can you raise up your hand if you are linked to the meeting? SEC, NSC, SEC, NSC.
NSC is present.
Oh, thank you very much. NICOM?
Yes, I'm present.
Thank you very much. What of SEC? Are they present?
Chairman, I think SEC joined at a point. Maybe it's network issues. I think
Okay,
will still rejoin. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So we confirm that the regulators are present, and the solicitors, Ibon partners, are we here? CSC, Secretary, the CSC, did they join at any point? or they have not joined?
Not yet aware, sir.
Okay, okay. So at least we have SEC, NSC, and
Nikon.
And our primary regulators, Nikon, in this statement.
What about your audit committee
auditors?
Members? Audit committee.
I've mentioned the audit committee members. The auditors, Ukulebu and Co. Are you here? Our external auditors, Ukulebu, Obeleje and Co. Are you here? Ukulebu, Obeleje and Co. Are you here? Secretary, can you confirm that they're here, because they're a very vital member of this meeting, because they have to read their reports and other things. Can we confirm they're here?
Okay, hold on. Let me confirm. Let me confirm. Okay. Okay, Chairman, I can confirm that he's here.
Okay. Okay. All right. Have been confirmed.
Just on mute. On mute. Okay, Chairman, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, have been confirmed that almost everyone that is supposed to be in this meeting are present, except the CAC, which we have not been able to confirm. I will now call on the secretary to read the notice convening this meeting. Secretary, please.
Notice is hereby given that the 50th annual general meeting of Universal Insurance PLC will be held at Telemas Hotel, Maryland, Lagos on Thursday, the 22nd day of October 2020 at 9 a.m. prompt to transact the following business. Ordinary business. To lay before the members the report of the directors and audited financial statements, together with the auditors and audit committee reports for the year ended 31st December 2019. To authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. To re-elect directors. To elect members of the audit committee. Notes. Compliance with COVID-19 related directives and guidelines. The federal government of Nigeria, state government, health authorities, and regulatory agencies have issued a number of guidelines and directives aimed at curbing the spread of COVID-19 in Nigeria. Particularly, the Lagos State government prohibited the gathering of more than 20 people, while the Corporate Affairs Commission, CSC, issued guidelines on holding AGM of public companies by proxy. Convening and conduct of the AGM shall be done in compliance with these directives and guidelines. Proxy. Any member of the company entitled to attend and vote at this meeting is also entitled to appoint a proxy to attend and vote in his or her stead. A proxy need not be a member of the company. For the appointment of the proxy to be valid for this meeting, a proxy form must be completed and emailed to info@carnationregistrars.com or deposited at the office of the registrars, Carnation Registrars Limited, 2 Bagada Expressway, Anthony, Lagos, not later than 48 hours before the time fixed for the meeting. A blank proxy form is attached to the annual report and may also be downloaded from the company's website at www.universalinsuranceplc.com. Attendance by proxy. In line with CAC guidelines, attendance at the AGM shall be by proxy only. Shareholders are required to appoint a proxy of their choice from the list of nominated persons below. Dr. Tony Okocha, Mr. Ben Ojatuano, Dr. Tony Okocha, Non-Executive Director, Mr. Ben Ojatuano, MD CEO, Mr. Reginald Anyanwu, ED North, Chinedu Anthony Onyilimba, Esquire, Company Secretary, Sir Sonny Nwosu, Mr. Boniface Okezie, Mrs. Bisi Bakare, and Mr. Matthew Akinlade are the shareholders' representatives. Stamping of proxy. The company has made arrangement at its cost for the stamping of the duly completed and signed proxy forms submitted to the company's registrars within the stipulated time. Online streaming of AGM. The AGM will be streamed live online. This will enable shareholders and other stakeholders who will not be attending physically to follow the proceedings. The link for the AGM online live streaming will be made available to shareholders through the registrars, Carnation Registrars Limited, 2 Abagada Expressway, Anthony, Lagos. Closure of register and transfer of books. The register of members shall be closed from 6th October to 9th October 2020, both days inclusive, for the purpose of updating the register of members. Nomination of statutory audit committee members. In accordance with section 3595 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Cap C20, laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 2004, any member may nominate a shareholder as a member of the statutory audit committee by giving notice in writing of such nomination to the company secretary at least 21 days before the annual general meeting. Such notice of nomination should be sent via email to chinedu.oinlimba@universalinsuranceplc.com. Re-election of directors. In accordance with section 259 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, General Joshua N. Dogonyaro and Dr. Tony Okocha will both retire by rotation and, being eligible, offer themselves for re-election. Their profiles are contained in the annual report and also on the company's website. Rights of security holders to ask questions. In compliance with Rule 19(12)(c) of the Nigerian Stock Exchanges Rule Book 2015, a member and other security holder of the company have a right to ask questions, not only at the annual general meeting, but also in writing prior to the meeting. And such questions must be submitted at least 1 week before the meeting. Kindly send all questions to info@universalinsuranceplc.com. E-annual report. The electronic version of the annual report, e-annual report, will be emailed to shareholders who have provided their email addresses to the registrars. Shareholders who wish to receive the annual report are kindly requested to send an email to info@carnationregistrars.com website. A copy of this notice and other information relating to the meeting can be found on the company's website at www.universalinsuranceplc.com, dated this 18th day of September 2020, by the order of the board. Chinedu A. Onimba, Esquire, Company Secretary. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I'm done.
I will now present before the members the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2019, together with the reports of the auditors, of the directors, auditors, and audit committee to be considered for adoption thereof. The reports have been circulated in accordance with Section 344 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act. If it is the wish, may I take the chairman's statements and director's report as read?
Taken as read,
sir. Taken as read, sir.
Item number 2, could the representatives of the auditors, Ukwebu, Obeleje and Co., present the reports of the audit?
Okay, good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Well, we are the auditors to Universal Insurance PLC, Ukpebo Beleje and Co. With the report of the audit of the financial statements of Universal PLC, we have audited the accompanying consolidated and separate financial statements of the Universal Insurance PLC and its subsidiary, together known as the group. Universal Insurance PLC consolidated and separate financial statements comprise: 1. The consolidated and separate statement of financial position as at 31st December 2019. 2. The consolidated and separate statements of corporate income for the year ended. 3. The consolidated and separate statement of changes in equity for the year then ended. 4. The consolidated and separate statement of cash flow for the year then ended. And 5. The notes to the consolidated and separate financial statements, which include a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory notes. In our opinion, the consolidated financial statement gives a true and fair view of the consolidated and separate financial positions of the Universal Insurance PLC and its subsidiary as at 31st December 2019, and other consolidated and separate financial performances and their consolidated and separate cash flows for the year ended therein, in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards and the requirements of the Companies and Allied Matters Act C-20, Laws of the Federation 2004, the Insurance Act 2003, circulars and relevant policy guidelines issued by the National Insurance Commission, the Pension Reform Act 2014, and Security Act 2007, and the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act 2011. Well, because of this length of this, so we are concluding by giving the reports on other legal and regulatory requirements. In accordance with the requirements of the Section 6 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Cap C-20, Laws of the Federation 2004, and Section 28 of 2 of the Insurance Act 2003, we expressly state that: 1. We have obtained all the information and explanations which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of this audit. 2. The company has kept proper books of accounts so far as appear from our explanations of the books, and returns adequate for our audit have been received from branches not visited by us. And 3. The company statements of financial positions and the corporate income are in agreement with the books of accounts and returns. Contraventions. The company did not contravene in any of the requirements of National Insurance Commission or the Insurance Act. The area of contravention is on the requirements of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. This is stated in Note 38 of the notes to the financial statements. Thank you. Ukpebo Beleje and Co., Chartered Accountants, dated May 27, 2020. That's our report, which is already in the published annual account for the shareholders. Thank you for listening to us.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kwebu, for the report.
Yes, sir.
Can I call on the chair of Statutory Audit Committee? I understand that Shehu Olukoya will be presenting the report. To present the report of the Audit Committee, please. Shehu.
Yes, thank you, sir. The chairman, the executive director, my leaders, and the fellow shareholders, I say good morning once again. The shareholders Audit Committee and Compliance Committee report is page 13. You have the annual report with us. I read and I go further. In accordance with Section 359 of Section 6 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, the members of the Committee of Universal Insurance PLC have reviewed the audited financial statement of the company for the year ended 31st December 2019, Based on the document and the information available to us, report as follows. We have reviewed the scope and planning of the external audit requirement and found them adequate. B, we have reviewed the financial statements and are satisfied with the effectiveness of the company system of accounting and internal control. C, we deliberated upon the management control report of the external auditors and the management responses provided thereto, and are satisfied that appropriate steps are being taken to address the issues raised. D, the external auditors confirmed having received full cooperation from management in the course of their statutory audit. We are of the opinion that the accounting and reporting policies of the company for the year ended December 31st, 2019 are in accordance with the legal requirements and agreed ethical standards. Signed by Mr. Franklin Oga, dated May 27, 2020. Other members of the statutory audit committees are Mr. Clement A.C. Okpara, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Oluwaseun Babajide Olukoya being the member, Mr. Angus Amelome being a member, Dr. Anthony Okocha, member, Mr. Reginald Ayawu, member, Mr. Jasper Nudwa Wike, member, and Mr. Franklin Oga. The company secretary, legal advisor, Mr. Anthony Oyelinma, Esquire, served as the secretary of the committee. That's the report of the audit committee. Thank you for listening. I'm done, Mr. Chairman, sir.
Hello? Can you hear me?
We are hearing you.
I lost my link. I lost my link momentarily, so I'm back now.
Okay.
Chairman, please unmute. Hello? Please hold on, everyone. Hold on a little. It's like the chairman is having some challenges. Just waiting for him to unmute.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
So I asked the secretary, the registrar to confirm if they are ready with the information that we asked for. Please, registrar, can you speak, please?
Please unmute. Isa, unmute.
All right. I hope you can hear me now.
Yes.
Okay, going by the number of participants present, and the proxy forms that we have collated, before this meeting, a quorum is already formed. because we have about 31 to 32%, of the shareholders present with the proxy forms, and going by that figure, I think we'll have a quorum to carry out this meeting. As it is.
What's the number of the shareholders?
About 9 million. Over 9 million.
Can we have an accurate number, sir? It's very important.
How many?
Please give us the actual number.
9,249,442
units.
Thank you.
Sir, that is not correct. Your calculation is not correct. Because
can't be correct.
me and my company, we are having 2 times what you have just said, and we have our proxy there.
Sorry, sir.
It's billion.
Sorry.
It's billions.
Yes,
Billions,
sorry. It's 9 billion, 249 million.
Maybe you meant to say 2 billion.
No, 9 billion.
9 billion.
You are
It's
still
billions.
saying 9 million.
9 billion.
249,442,316.
Better.
Mr. Esther, please, can you put it on the chart so that it's written?
It's okay.
Uh-huh.
Chairman, can we continue?
Chinedu, let's finish this issue. I've been advising you.
I don't know why he's jumping in. I don't know why he's jumping in to say that we should continue when we are trying to resolve the issue of quorum.
This is a very important issue.
Sasoni was noted, sorry.
See, Chairman, the total equity of this company is 16 billion units of shares of 50 kobo each. That's the total capital issued base of this company. We have, like the chairman said, we have Stanbic nominee here that is having about 1.5 billion shares. If we have their proxy, that will make sense. We have African Alliance with 29.97% of the total thing here, and others is 10,356,000,000. So we have no problem with those ones. This meeting, the regulators put more emphasis on minority shareholders. That's why I was asking the chairman not to go that way. So minority shareholders, which is the float, is 10,356,155,702. So I don't really know what ISA is doing there. I don't know. If I made a statement, I said the MD was going around everything, make sure he touches base for the shareholders. What we really want is, if we're able to get 8 billion, it means we have made 50%. But if the quorum is 25 persons, and that
it's
person
57.
must also further be,
Yes.
is what?
No problem.
That 25 persons must also be drawn down to the number of shares in everything. So I don't know what is going on here.
Nwosu, but he said we have 9,249,442,000 and 316
Units.
shareholding represented by the proxies. If we put that on 15 billion,
on 16 billion.
That's
we have
60%.
Yes, I agree, sir, but you are the one speaking for Issa now. Issa did not, he was talking about 9 million. So you are the one talking on behalf of Issa because
nobody's talking on my behalf,
FCA.
sir. Let me talk. Let me talk, sir.
Better.
Nobody's
We want to hear your voice.
We are the registrar. Now the figure I gave you is for people present in this meeting and the proxy forms we have collected. And that figure is going to 9 billion, like I stated on the chart. And that is about 57.81%. That's enough to affirm the quorum for this meeting, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Issa,
yes,
let the chairman confirm that forms a quorum. You are not, because you have actually messed us up. So let the chairman, we can manage you for now.
It's okay, sir.
The quorum for this meeting ought to be 25%, and the registrars have confirmed that we'll have over 51%. So we have a proper quorum to proceed with the meeting, please.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Let's go ahead.
Thank you.
The meeting.
So can we have comments from the members on the accounts? Can I assume that we had time to look at the accounts, and can we now receive comments from members on the accounts? The floor is open to members.
Mr. Chairman, can I make a comment?
Please go ahead.
Point of order, Chairman.
How many people are speaking on the attention?
Point of order, Chairman.
Who is raising
point of order?
You take point of order.
Point of order. Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Okay, I think the chairman has recognized me to
Point
speak.
of order. Point of order. No. You can't speak. Point of order.
What
you need to take my order first.
And who is speaking, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, my name is okay. My name is okay. Here, Boniface.
Okay, Boniface. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, listen carefully. I think the registrar have tried to mislead this meeting. Mr. Chairman, the registrar have been trying to mislead this meeting. I can hear him vividly. He mentioned 10 million, not 10 billion in initially, So even if you can allow this thing to go, we can reach a compromise. I think the problem is that for registrar, they didn't do their job. Even the collection of process. Listen to me, my friend. Let me speak, please. Listen to me. Let me finish. Listen to me. Let me finish, Mr. Chairman. I'm on. I am on, please. Let me finish. Let me finish. When I'm finished, you can now
go ahead and make your point. Please go ahead and make your point.
Yes, I'm making a point, Mr. Chairman. If the registrar have done their job properly, we wouldn't have this issue. Like Mr. Nwosu pointed out, listen, we have our 16 billion shares. So Nwosu pointed it out, and if you say yes, 9 billion, 10 billion, that is also from a forum for us. There's no argument about that. If you have collected 10 billion, but how many that were received proceeds to fit and return to registrars, they didn't do their job. They didn't do their job.
Thank you for the observation.
Please,
can you wait?
Secretary, can you mute everybody? We are in a meeting and we should be talking one after the other. Can you mute everybody, please? If you don't have the permission to talk,
Are you listening to me? Mr. Tony, are you listening to me?
Who is speaking, please?
Mr. Tony, are you listening to me?
Who is speaking? I'm asking who is speaking. Is it
this is my the same face. I muted everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you have made their point, we have had you. The registrars did not do their job properly, and let other people respond. We have had you. We have had you. You are repeating.
I'm not finished, Mr. Chairman.
You are repeating the same thing.
I am not finished, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead, please.
You said what, Mr. Chairman?
I said go ahead and finish so that we can
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, what I'm saying is this, you know, we have re-established, we can stay on that forum because that's what we should have done first before going to listen. That's what we should have done first and establish the forum before going into taking other meeting, reading all this notice, you know. If you have not established a forum, you shouldn't have gone ahead to start the preliminary meeting and hearing, convention. If the registrar would have been established for you, the forum have duly convened before you are now opening the meeting. All those other ones you could have been null and void because we cannot finish in the commence meeting asking the company registrar to read their report. I mean, the auditor to read their report, audit committee their report, company secretary read the meeting, the convening the meeting, and you now come back to establish forum. That is not in view, invoked. That is null and void. You should have first and foremost established a forum have formed, and he told you the number of processes received. Have established a meeting, then you cannot call the meeting to order.
Can I now respond to you, Mr. Okay, so can I respond to you? If you listen to me before this meeting started, after Sonny Nwosu spoke, can you listen to me?
Let us admit.
Please, can you listen? You have made a point. Let other people talk, Mr. Okezie. You have made a point, and let other people talk.
Chairman, go ahead.
Yes, I want to respond to what Mr. Boniface Okezie just said. If you listen to me very carefully, what I said before, after while I responded to what Sonny Nwosu said, when some members said, let's go ahead to read other meetings and everything, I made a comment that ordinarily I wouldn't have gone ahead to start reading the minutes or whatever until the issue of quorum was resolved. But I said that I'm aware that part of the proxies submitted to the registrar contains from two strategic shareholders of the company, one holding 26% and the other one holding over 5% of the company. And if you join the two of them, between the two of them alone, they have 31% and they're present in this meeting. And that, that does not take away the fact, like Sonny Nwosu said, that the registrars have the responsibility to confirm that. So if I had the slightest doubt that we don't have the proxy for this meeting, we are not going to proceed until that is confirmed. Now the registrars have come back to tell us that they've been able to, one way or the other, found a solution to that by collecting the number of proxies they have and now confirming that they have over 9 billion shares represented by those proxies out of 16.
Why did they do in the first place?
If you do
why did they do in the first place?
Please,
Mr. Chairman,
please, can I?
Mr. Chairman, please hold on. Bonnie, please let us move on because whatever decision we have taken so far is a collective decision. We all agreed to it and we have not gone too far into it. It was just the notice that was read. And I also asked the registrars to take responsibility of any problem that came, and luckily, we have not gone into real decision making in this issue. Please, let's go on. Let's go on. I personally understand what you are saying, but that has been taken care of. And also that all of us agree that we should limit our discussion to the notice of the meeting and all this and that. Please, Bonnie, I understand. Chairman, we do not have to go into any argument about this.
Can I go on with my statement now?
Bonnie, please. I appeal, Chairman, just wait. Bonnie, I appeal to you. Please, let's move on. Let's progress. Let's progress, Bonnie. Please. Chairman, please continue with the
Ugumba. Yes, Ugumba.
I am listening.
Yes, I will allow the meeting to continue. Yes, I would allow the meeting to continue as long as registrar will take responsibility that he have goofed in the first place. It's misleading information, you know. If they have done the job proper, for example, today is holiday, there's a lockdown, there's a coffee, you know, we're just doing because the company cannot go back to now write the information again to during this meeting. Know the problem the company is facing. And that's why
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Bonnie. Don't let it
because
put
if the chairman now, if the chairman now say that yes, we should go ahead, I can say no.
No, it's okay. Don't do that. Don't do that, please. We've settled the matter. Let Mr. Kinlade have the floor. We move on, please. Let's leave that matter. I'm sure the registrars must have learned his lessons about this issue. So I appeal to you, please, Bonnie, please, let us move on.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Bonnie, are you satisfied? Bonnie? Bonnie?
We proceed.
Okay.
We proceed.
Thank you, Namochi. Thank you. Thank you. It's okay now. Mr. Chairman, please continue. Let Mr. Kinlade that has been recognized take the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, other members of the board watching virtually, regulatory authorities watching virtually, and my colleague shareholders. I say good morning. And,
good morning, sir.
I want to give glory. Yeah, thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Akinlade Matthews is my name. I'm the president of Nigerian Shareholders Solidarity Association. I congratulate Universal Insurance for being able to hold their AGM this morning in spite of the difficult position we are in our country today.
Yes, I'm okay.
So
I am okay.
Hello?
I'm okay.
Okay. So
I am
okay.
Please go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. So I pray for our nation that our nation will come back to normalcy and that the country will continue to grow, and whatever the problem we have, we'll be able to resolve it amicably. Now, talking to the purpose of our meeting today, which is to consider the financial report of our dear company. I want to mention ab initio that when I mention page, it may not tally with the printed annual report because I worked with the soft copy of the report. The first thing I want to comment on is on governance issue. On page 9 of the soft copy, the board met 4 times in the course of the year. So also the audit committee met 4 times, which I believe is good and adequate for proper governance of the company. But I observed that Mr. Jasper, who is a board member and also statutory audit committee member, only attended 1 meeting each, which is equivalent to 25% of the total meetings held. I read through to see if he joined the board midway. I could not see any note to that effect. For me, I think this is not good enough, and I can't see him being able to make adequate contribution to the governance matter of the company, attending only 1 meeting out of 4. I think going forward, not for him alone and for all the directors, anything that is worth doing at all is worth doing well. And wherever we are, we should be able to make impact. So for directors, if we know we have some other engagements that will not make us to attend meeting regularly, we can have alternate. I think the board should please look at that. So thank you for that. That's on that. Looking at page 15 of the annual report, that's the soft copy again. I look at the gross premium. It's 1.87 billion for 2020, as against 1.7 billion for 2018. The former figure is for 2019, which is 11% growth. Yes, there is growth in gross premium, but I still believe for our company, we need to make a lot of effort to grow our business. For us as a public company, where we are is so low, and we should strive to make some improvements. On that same page 15, I look at the operating expenses. 2018, it was 718 million. And in 2019, it grew by 60% to 1,148,000,000. I think that is too much given a level of business. 60% growth in our operating expenses is too much. And we need to look at it. On the same page, our profit before tax, which was a loss last year of 38 million, went to 333 million. So that's giving us the impact of operating expenses and probably other expenses of earning the premium. So we need to watch our expenses. It's very important. For the shareholders, the purpose of investing money in the company is in expectation of return. So we are recording losses. When are we going to give investors something back as their return? So we need to check our strategy, our business strategy, and we need a quantum jump in our business, really, if you are going to make something appreciable. On that same page, one important figure is missing. Because if it's prepared by an accountant, I expect that if you put profit before tax, really what belongs to the shareholders is profit after tax. It is missing there. But at the end of the day, we put earning per share of 38 kobo for 2019 and 28 kobo for 2018. So at a glance, you cannot see the basis of getting that earning per share. But if you have put profit after tax, that would have been helpful. That's on that. If you go to statement of financial position on page 62.
It's already having the flower.
Yeah. are making important contribution. The important thing is that when it comes to others, don't repeat what somebody else has mentioned. Our cash position is low. And we only have 1.443 billion as at the end of 2019, as against 3 billion. So we have really deflected, deflected our cash. So what are we going to do? Right. Finally, I've come to the recapitalization of the company. I know that Nikon has broken the implementation period to 2, 31st of December this year and 30th of September next year. Where is our company? What is our program? Can you give us comfort that we are on the road to meet the capital requirements? Thank you. I wish our company the very best of luck. Bye.
Thank you very much. Sam. I think I've noted the points you have raised, and we'll address them after we have listened to other speakers. I'll come back to address some of the points, so that we can put them together before we respond.
Thank you, sir.
Any other person that wants to speak on the accounts?
It's my hand. If you look at the administrator ought to have seen my hand up there. I don't know. We have 3 hands up, Mrs. Bakare, Moses Igurude, and my own. So at the discretion of the chairman, you can call anybody you choose to call among these 3 hands that are up.
You're already speaking. Can you continue, sir? I'll give turns to everybody to talk, but let's.
No, this meeting is not a meeting where you will give opportunity to everybody to talk. Otherwise, it will take 3 hours. I mean, depending on the time allowed by the arrangement. But however, since you have given me the opportunity,
let's try to be brief, straight to the point, so that each speaker should not have more than 3 minutes or they're about to talk, so that everybody will be listening to.
Okay, I'm going to be very brief. My concern about universal assurance is meeting the recapitalization, just like I prayed. I am happy that they have crossed 50% from the report we have. They are about 70% or thereabouts. So I am very excited about that. But my challenge here is to the management that they must try and wipe away the deficit position of the shareholders' funds. The shareholders' funds, as we have here, is having about 2.6 or 2.7 million naira at the end of the year. And that's where we should focus our targets to be able to remove that. Like the first return from their investment. So that's very, very important. I have to appreciate the management for what they have done, because if they do not have confidence in this company, like I said, from the past we have been carrying losses and all this and that, we will not be able to cross the red line that we have crossed. So I have to appreciate the board, the management, and the staff of this company for doing well. But like the first speaker already said, we must ensure that we have people, that we have enough time for the company. And we must also ensure that we have directors that can help us bring in good businesses to the company, because without a good business, we will not be able to achieve what we want. That's very, very important. So, Mr. Chairman, like I said, Mr. Akinade has laid the foundation. He has done very well about this. My concern is the recapitalization, which, of course, like I said, we have crossed the red line. We have crossed the red line. Then let me tell you one thing. It is very important for us to address a very important issue. One, some of the people controlling this sector do not believe in insurance. Some of the people controlling this sector do not believe in insurance. As far as they are concerned, whatever happens, that is the way God wants it. So they do not believe in insurance. It is not that we do not believe in God, but what we are doing is also to ensure that at the end of the day, we will have something to do thanksgiving to God. That's all about it. Two, insurance cannot have equal capital base according to the regulators. Insurance is known for consumption, that if you're a small insurance, you are able, by the grace of God, to get a big ticket business. You reinsure, you share among the insurance companies, and thereafter, you will all share the profit in proportion of your contribution to that business. I have not seen a place that people will be forced to go and recapitalize. At the end of the day, the money will be so much that devil will tempt them to misappropriate those monies that they collected. So I am saying this because when the introduction was being made, NICOM was there. If NICOM is there, they have to do so many things to attract business to insurance companies. It's not just sitting in their offices and be making regulatory laws, which they know it's not profitable to the shareholders. Today, Mr. Chairman, we shareholders are not happy. We're not happy in the sense that the regulators that are supposed to protect us, they're the same regulators encouraging foreigners to come and buy our investment at a peanut. We're not happy. Look at the insurance subsector in the capital market. They are the ones that the price falls below 20 kobo. That then means that insurance sector in the capital market is becoming an orphan that nobody is willing to help other than to earn something by selling off the investment at a peanut price. This is an issue that all the insurance company executives should come together. If it means marching from here to Abuja to protest against the treatment that insurance, we shareholders will join. To protest against the treatment that is being meted out to us as investors, we will join. We are still going to go on with this fight because I do not see why we should not have small, medium, and big insurance in this country, working, doing their businesses without hindrance of the regulators. Mr. Chairman, let me also bring to your knowledge that the former commissioner for insurance cannot say, I am referring to Kari, cannot say that this is a company he nurtured to pay dividend to shareholders. So how can you be bringing such people to be commissioner of insurance and to be giving regulations on the insurance company? Take all of them from A to Z. You will only get few that run insurance company to profitability. None of them. None of them. So that then means that when they are at the helm of affairs, they don't think well about the insurance subsector. I'm appealing to shareholders that any insurance company that is sold to foreigners and we are cheated and removing us from our investment, if you have a business with that insurance, withdraw your business, transfer your business to the ones that we still have shares in. That's the only way we can fight this nonsense that is going on. It is only in Nigeria that the shareholders do not enjoy any respect. Only in Nigeria. But we are going to change that by the grace of God. As far as I am alive, we are going to work with other shareholders to fight against all this impunity that is visited on us. So I am appealing again to Nigerian shareholders that we must take a position on this issue. Save our investment, because the investment we have made is for the future of our children. Save the investment. Support those Nigerian insurance that we are still having shares in them. It's very, very important that we must take a position on all this. Every other thing about this annual report, I don't want to talk about those things, but my concern is the recapitalization and to send a message to Nigerian shareholders that we must work to protect the insurance companies where we have shares in them. And that's the only time you also have a value for your money. I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman,
thank you very much,
for giving me the opportunity to represent. I am actually representing 60,000, about 61,000 shareholders in this case. I want to thank you for the opportunity. I also want to send a message across to Lieutenant General Dongoyaro that he has to get well quick and that his name is Dongoyaro. Those that are sick by malaria, take Dongoyaro to be cured. So he should also look for Dongoyaro tree that is everywhere in the north and cook and drink so that he will be well. We want to see him well because he has been a chairman to us. Please extend that message to him and to other directors. We appreciate them, and especially Ben and his team. Ben did very well by ensuring that this meeting holds. I want to see managers that are very proactive. I don't want to see managers that sit down and do not have anything upstairs. He worked with his team and quickly we were able to find a solution to this meeting. So
thank you.
I want to thank him, and we will get a bigger thank you when I am on. He will get a bigger chairman by the time he raised this 2 billion and something. And thereafter, after this year, if it's becoming too difficult to raise, we will have to do financial engineering. We have to do financial engineering to look for where we will get money to erase this deficit so that we'll be able to pay dividends. Because I have looked at it, we have a good money somewhere. Shareholders, funds and all this and that to erase the deficit so that we continue to work towards paying dividend to shareholders.
Thank you very much.
Finally, Mr. Chairman, I want to appreciate Engineer Cyril Ajadu, who stood like the rock of Gibraltar to ensure that things work. May God give him good health and long life to continue to work in the sustenance of this company. Thank you very much, and thank you all the shareholders that are here. May God
Mr. Chairman.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Sorry. Please, madam, hold on. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Please, I wish to inform you that General Dongoyaro has joined the meeting now.
Okay. So put him on.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
If you join the meeting, don't break the proceeding. Let the Mr. Tonio continue presiding.
Yes, just
don't break
information.
It's
for information.
Ask him to turn on his video so that we can see him and greet him.
He cannot break the proceedings. Chairman, interim chairman, continue on proceedings to the meeting.
Mr. Boniface, nobody is breaking the meeting.
Yes, we can only recognize the chairman when he show up, recognize him, that's all. The interim chairman continue your proceedings to the meeting. You already started the meeting. We are going far.
Chinedu, can you ask General Adewale to please turn on his video and let's greet him and continue with the meeting?
Yes.
Well, that is what I'm trying to do.
Chairman,
Yes,
just look at the names and call the next person, Mrs. Bakari.
Chairman, just go ahead. When he comes up, he will talk.
Okay, Madam that is speaking, what's the name, please? Can you speak, please?
My name is Mrs. Bisi Bakari.
Mrs. Bakari, please speak.
Bisi Bakari, yes, thank you.
Try to be straight to the point and brief, please.
Yeah, I will
Mrs.
be
Bakari,
very
please.
brief. I will be very brief. Good morning, all the directors that are joining us online, and my co-shareholders. Good morning. I'm the National Coordinator of Pragmatic Shareholders Association of Nigeria. First and foremost, before I start my own comment, I have three observations. One is for the registrars. I think our registrar should be proactive. I called our registrar some days before this AGM, even before NSAS protest. I called the registrar that I need the soft copy of this annual report. Up till now, they didn't deem it fit to call me back or to send the soft copy to me. It was the company secretary that later sent the soft copy to me. So the registrar should be proactive. Secondly, on the annual report, I look at the annual report. There is no date director joined the board in the annual report. The company secretary should take note of this. Next time, let us put the date our directors joined our board in the annual report. Thirdly, I also observed that our company is serving equal numbers of executive directors and non-executive directors. That is ratio 3:3. We have 3 executive directors and 3 non-executive directors. I think for good corporate governance, this is not good for our company. At least the non-executive directors should outnumber the executive directors. Having said that, on the annual report, I want to use this opportunity to really congratulate our company for another successful year. Secondly, I commend our company that during the year under review, there was no fraud recorded in our company. This is a very good and it's an applause to our company. And I hope that the management will keep it up, that for 1 year, there is no fraud that we recorded. This is very good. On a result at a glance, our gross premium income increased by 11% from 1.689 billion to 1.87 billion. This is very good. The underwriting profit also increased marginally by 13% from 527.2 million to 594.7 million. Our profit after tax moved from loss position of 46.67 million to positive position of 65.1 million. This is highly commendable that we can, from negative position of 46.67, with situation of things in this country, that our company can recorded profit after tax of 65.1 million. I really commend the board management and staff for this. But I would like to ask from the chairman that what is our board doing concerning the negative retained earnings of 2.655 billion? I want Mr. Chairman to say something on that. Our retained earnings in the negative of 2.655 billion. The same thing on page 54. When I look at this page, I can see that our trade receivables and other receivables, when you add the two together, it will give you 215.993 million. When you add trade payables and other payables also together, it will give you 234.530. And when I look at the two receivables, I can see that our trade payable and other payable is higher than trade receivables and other receivables. That means even if those that are owing us pay us all the money, it's not enough for us to pay those we are owing. So I want the board to look at this also. Lastly, on page 87, that is expenses by nature. I look at our entertainment. I think the board need to look at some of the expenses, our expenses. Our entertainment in 2018 was 9.3 million, and this has rose to 11.1 million. The same thing from for advertisement, for 4.2 million to 14.5 million. Printing costs from 9.36 million to 17.1 million. Stationery cost 3.9 million to 9.9 million. AGM expenses from 1.39 million to 23.9 million. That's the one that gives me concern, because I don't know if this AGM expenses for 2019 is inclusive of the printing of the annual report. I would like to know. Once again, thank you for the opportunity given to me, Mr. Chairman. God bless you all.
Hello. Can I go on?
Mr. Chairman, Boniface. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Boniface. Mr. Chairman, look at Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Why is he repeating again?
How are you?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, right.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, but please be brief.
Mr. Chairman.
I keep muting him and he keep unmuting.
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Okezi, are you there? Can you just go ahead, please? Mr. Okezi, are you there?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Okezi, we're not hearing you. Are you there?
Yeah, because the last speaker is still speaking. The control room to ratify that. The last speaker is still on. He's still speaking.
Go ahead.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes,
He's still on.
Yes.
He's still on speaking. Repetition there.
Go ahead.
Are you hearing me now? Yeah, Mr. Chairman, are you hearing me now?
Please go ahead.
Okay.
Mr. Okeze, you should go ahead. We are all hearing you. Go ahead. He said, the chairman has said it over and again that you should speak on.
Mr. Okeze,
I can't speak on because you can't hear me. The last speaker was still on air, repeating.
We are hearing you. Go ahead.
Mr. Okeze, please go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I want to say that the first earlier speakers are Nwosu alluded to, over this capitalization issue. And that is where we are now. Considering the insurance in low patronage by the investors in the market today, and considering the almost air collapse on the economy of the nation, how do we still go about to raising money? I know you have tried some time to raise some money within, to make sure that the company stand and recapitalize. I've been announced by Nikon. But I'm also not that company should not give chances. There must be a level of control. I'm on now. I'm on. I'm speaking. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm so saying that we should. I am on already. I'm on. I'm talking. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm just saying that, that the company must continue to interact and willing who will come to partner or acquisition. We should not lose sight of that to make sure that universal stand and that beautiful name is being retained. That is the duty of the board, to make sure that yes, we can see equal partners that we can talk to be able to meet up the transition issues. Mr. Chairman, I want also the management should continue in the good work they are doing, making sure that at the end of the day, that the universal insurance stands and able to meet up its obligation to investors. Because over the years, we are not seeing anything coming from to rich shareholders in terms of dividend. We invested over 8 years now or thereabout. We have not seen return on our investments. And that is why there is apathy in the insurance sector. Even those who have been able to pay dividend, they are not paying in commensurate what we invested in the past. Because if we take back, money we put in as an investor, we have not able to recoup anything in terms of return on investments. And we must work assiduously to make sure that shareholders are rewarded in terms of dividend payout, which Universal have not been forthcoming. Mr. Chairman, if you look at page 86, I think Mr. Bakari also alluded to that on the other charges and expenses. We have also gone high to 335,300,000 naira in year 2019. That's the group. The company itself paid almost 348 million in expenses as against 108 in 2018. So what we're saying, Mr. Chairman, that we should work those on the expenses. We need to prune it down. We need to prune it down. Because if shareholders are not receiving and we're spending on the earnings, that expenses must be justified in terms of growth we must witness in the company. Yes. Mr. Chairman, also on the page 53 on assets, I have to also commend the company for total assets of 11.02 billion. That is on the group. We look at 2018, we have 13. That was a drop, a huge drop. When the company itself 10.027 billion as against 12.091 billion. Mr. Chairman, something we need to grow those assets back. On total liabilities, in 2019, we had about 6.7 billion as against 3. That's almost 10% drop on total liability, which is also good, Mr. Chairman, on that aspect. But you are coming to total liabilities. That means today we have a 1.8 billion as against 3.5 on 2018 of the group. So, Mr. Chairman, in all segments, we need to work hard. We need to work hard. We need to work hard to able to move the company forward. Because the NICOM must also understand, the regulator must also understand that in view of economic lockdown we are putting ourselves today, issue of capitalization must put on hold so that you don't put the company on due pressure to look anywhere, because the capital is no longer flowing and the foreign investor is not forthcoming, even the local investors. So the NICOM must support on the going ahead on this issue of capitalization. We need money. A lot of things are happening today in the country. Pandemic is there already. So those things have also putting undue pressure on the economy. Mr. Chairman, the NICOM that are regulating must also take note that they cannot continue in this fire brigade approach, forcing companies to recapitalize in all means. So they must support and give the company a space able to organize themselves in this pandemic and this crisis we're in now. So I don't think it's going to be feasible next year for us to meet up the capitalization by all the insurance companies. So the NICOM must apply wisdom in this regard. And that's my suggestion. And my opinion to them, they must apply wisdom in this regard at issue regarding to recapitalization. Because our regulators are dumb and dumb. They don't listen. Because there's nobody can bring in money now. Even the shareholder itself, if you not add them for right issue or whatever, that money will not forthcoming. So they must look into it. That issue of recapitalization must put on hold. Even next year, it's not feasible. It's not realization. Because if we are saying that we realize it, we're deceiving ourselves. The economy is not performing well, and there's a crisis at hand in the nation. So that also have put pressure on the economy. After this crisis now of lockdown, on the pandemic, we're still going on NSAS. The protest is taking toll on the capital market. So this is not time that the regulator must put pressure that the capitalization must take place next year. They must take that at the back of their mind. That is not going to be feasible. So we must continue to work and not, looking at the regulator what they're doing to make sure that we're on top of the game. That when things stabilize, we'll be able to raise that money to beef up. Because most insurance sector now, with this crisis at hand now, are still going to pay premium on those damages that are going about. If we have been involved, insuring one company or the other or government, these are things insurance now have to go into look for money to be able to come to those people who are patronizing them, who have insured those assets that hoodlums are to that vandalizing. So we must take heart into that, Mr. Chairman. I am also appealing, Mr. Chairman. Yes, Mr. Chairman. Lastly, not wasting your time. Lastly, in the area of being proactive in getting shareholders involved in the affair of the company, we should not relent. We should not relent. Mostly that the registrar was having today must sit up to serve the interests of shareholders, because we are company are paying them to justify the service they are rendering. But if they cannot lift up the expectation, they should give way for that company to come and serve us very well, because they cannot be given excuses in giving annual report. They should also mount pressure for the company secretary to give them annual report if they are not being given. But whereby the company are given, they must also give out early as possible, even if first soft copy, that people can lay hand on it, So, Mr. Chairman, and I believe that universal, what you have, the assets you have today, we're able to use it to drive more business, more income, so that we can be able to do very well and return to more profitability, so that shareholders can be rewarded in their investments. I want to wish the company well, the management, the board. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Chairman. There's Ibru de Moses. I have been raising my hand to.
Okay.
Can I go on? Can I go on? Hello. Hello.
Come on, please unmute.
Hello.
Please go ahead. Go ahead. After you, we will not take another person. We'll move straight to the to answer the barrage of things that have been raised. Please.
But Chairman,
all
I
right.
raised my
Well,
hand.
now, good morning.
That is why I keep quiet.
And I want to go ahead by saying I will raise some few items. Number one, the person who is speaking is Ibru de Moses. Much have been said about recapitalization, which is very necessary, because for us to exist as a company, either using our name, so that our legacy will not be eroded, we must work hard in doing that. But in doing that, management from the conscious of the people, the partner we are seeking, people who are bringing their money, we must verify them. We must know the people, the source of that money, so that by tomorrow, those people will not bring us problem. We have seen that happen in the bank. We have seen even that happen in the insurance industry, where they will now mirage something, brought some money to the insurance company, and there are none of the insurance company that took that money that is not having problem now. So we need to be very careful. We need to verify those who are wanting to invest in the company, if they are new people, before we take their money. It is better now to prepare ourselves than when we now, because we are desperate, then we go and collect money from somebody who will create problem for our company and all the shareholder. So please, management should be cautious of it. Why we are wishing you people that we should attain the full requirement as needed by NICOM for us to operate. That is one issue that we must look at. Another issue is that going forward, after you have got recapitalization, where much money, now when you have more money in your hand, there are temptations. So it's key, the management, the wisdom, and the feature of what? Making sure that the money we have at hand is deployed into the business judiciously, so that there will not be a waste. It's very, very important. So it's two ways. While you are recapitalizing, you must have a committee that will be looking at where we are going to invest this money. Don't wait, we recognize, then at the same after we have gotten the money, then we will not start planning. No, sir. We should make sure that these two things are working together in order to make sure that we do not lose the opportunity. If we get the right, we must use the other money right in order for to get our business on and make our company very great. Then again, you will connect why we are doing that also. The temptation of when you have much money is to spend, to have much cost. You do much expenses. So most people have spoken about cutting costs. Cutting costs is very important. We must manage our costs very effectively and efficiently so that everything will be in order. This time around now, we are going on to a position of making sure that our company stand as one of the best insurance company in the industry. Then after that, I'm going to speak on the industry.
Can you just use 2 minutes to round off, please? We're running out of time.
I will round up.
You are making very vital points, but I've noted them. But please, can you just round up in about 2 minutes and let's move on, please? Please.
No problem. That is the last one I'm going to discuss is about the industry problem. We have a lot of industry problem. That is to say, the penetration of industry insurance
business, yes,
is very low. Where there is the need for the industry to embark on campaign awareness creation through a lot of this using technology now to let people know that insurance is real. We must make sure that our people, the marketers we have, must make sure that they deliver what they promise, even no matter what the circumstances, so that we can build the trust of the Nigerian people in order for us to make sure that the insurance business grow. So after I'm okay, I will let other people to speak, and that is my only point that I want to make as for now. The name once again is Brude Moses. Thank you, Chairman, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you.
Thank you much. Thank you very much.
Yes, Chairman, I raised my hand before Moses, but Moses was given the chance.
Yeah, no, please.
Mr. Chairman, point of order. Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
What is the
Chairman, point of order?
Yes, what is the order?
Has been raising his hand.
Yeah, point of order.
What is the point of order?
Chairman, the order is that, we should stick on the names are registered in the proxy to represent shareholder to speak at the GM. If you are not there, we cannot allow other shareholders because we registered this in with CAC. So we couldn't allow other name flitter in to speak.
Okay,
they only participate in hearing at the AGM, but not to bring a comment.
Thank you.
That's my order. Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Your observation is noted, and I think it's in the right direction. So can we proceed with the
Chairman, did you get my order?
Yes, I got your order. I got it, and it's okay. It's okay.
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
I agreed with you. It's not
Mr. Chairman, did you get?
He has gotten you.
I said I agree with you that anybody who is not on the proxy list will not be allowed to speak anymore.
Exactly.
Let us move on with the meeting, please. Now, I need to give a couple of responses to some of the points that have been raised by the various speakers, our distinguished shareholders who have made various observations that we need to attend to. I will, as much as possible, try to answer the ones, bulk of the question, but on the business side, sorry, on the management side of the company, I may need to ask the MD to say one or two things. That will also complement what I'm going to say. I'm starting off the rest. Our annual, so this particular annual account did not indicate when directors joined. So, and I think that would have been an omission, because if it has indicated that, you would have found out a situation that where Jasper is a very committed member of our board. He never misses any meetings, both at the committee level and the board meetings. So he joined the company at the middle of last year. I don't know I can't remember the particular day, but I think the secretary should have the date he joined the meeting. So, but I think it was after the second quarter of 2019 that he joined the meeting.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Chairman, please unmute.
Hello?
Hold on for the chairman. I think the chairman is having some technical issues. Please let's exercise a little patience.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you now.
Oh, you are not hearing me before?
No.
Yes.
No. Sorry, I didn't unmute. Sorry. Let me just quickly say the things I was talking about earlier. I said I was going to respond to most of the issues raised, starting with Mr. Kilade, okay? And I tried to explain that the first point he raised was non-attendance of meeting by Jasper Nwankwo. And I tried to explain that Jasper Nwankwo joined the board of the company after the second quarter of 2019. And that the number of meetings represented against system were properly represented, in the sense that I noticed from what Mrs. Bakara said that the annual account did not capture when members of board joined the board. So because if it has been get, I'm sure that question will not have arisen. So please, sorry for that omission, but have our assurances that Mr. Ndua is a committee member board. He attends all meetings, both at committee and board level. Then I was talking about the comments made by Mr. Akilade on the gross premium income and the need to be able to rev up revenues and cut down expenses to be able to improve the bottom line, which is PBT or PAT or whatever. And I try to reassure that it is in line with the big focus of the company to align our expenses and our cost of this to our revenue, so that at any point in time, our target is to reduce the expense ratio to revenues, which is currently over 40%. Our target is to reduce it to not more than 25%. And if that is done, we'll see a rapid recovery in terms of trying to clear up the negative premium retained earnings, which is still what we are carrying today, about over 2 billion in negative retained earnings. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we're just hearing you now, Chairman.
We are hearing you.
I'm turning on my second system because I lost you guys in the first one. Yeah.
Now we can hear you now.
Okay. So that I said that that aligns with our business strategy.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
We're
you
just
now.
hearing you now.
Okay. Okay. I said recapitalization.
The voice is breaking, going on and off.
Yes, the line is the link is fluctuating. So please try to call me back if you're not hearing me. Okay. So I said almost everybody touched on recapitalization. So I'm going to take it as a whole to capture everybody's comments in one full swap. So let me go to comments made by Nwosu. One of them is the capitalization, which I'm going to answer. Okay. Then the next is the investor apathy. Investor apathy, which everybody knows, the insurance stock, it's almost being sold at the capital market for penny. Okay, but most of the comments that all the speakers that address this issue made, they are all industry problems, and the industry is addressing those problems through the Nigerian Insurance Association, which is the umbrella association for all insurance companies. So, but I'm also happy that the representative of our regulators, NICOM, are here in this meeting. So they've also had it first class and first hand from all the members who have spoken very forcefully on that. But I can assure you that the industry is looking at it holistically. So, Mrs. Bakari, you talked about the composition of the executive directors and non-executive directors. Your observation is very, very, very correct. The ratio is supposed to be 60-40, and we are working on that to ensure that in no short term, we should be able to correct that ratio. Right now it's 50-50, but it's supposed to tilt on the side of the non-executive directors. Of course, the comments made on the annual account aligns with the comments of other people. The need for us to wipe out the negative retained earnings. so that this company can pay dividend along the line. And you requested to know what we are doing to clear that 2.66 negative figure that is there. I'm sure by the time I conclude the recapitalization things I'm going to say now, you will clearly know where that is going to come from. So the next speaker, Boniface is here. He made also a number of very valid points, okay, and reminding us of our responsibility on the board as board members to ensure that adequate returns is made to shareholders along the line. He also spoke very forcefully on the current situation in the country and why the capitalization by the regulator, NICO, cannot go ahead. And I've already answered that it's an industry problem and it cannot be approached from a company perspective or company level. So the industry is working on that with the regulators, but the regulators have had it very clear on your concerns regarding that. Then Mr. Brude also spoke, and most of the points he raised are also very valid points, and they've all been noted. I will not go back to talk about the recapitalization of the company. Now, let me start by assuring our esteemed shareholders that your company is on track in our recapitalization bid. As you are aware that the recapitalization are in two phases. The first phase, as a life company, requires us to have a shareholder of 5 billion, by the end of 31st December. Like Chief Nwosu said, we're already clearly above that, and that's not an issue. Our total shareholders fund now, even if you discount them for non-admissible assets and co, we are well above 6.something or 7 billion. So we've crossed the first hurdle. It is the second hurdle that your company is working on now, and we are looking at it from two perspectives. One, it's on a business combination basis. The number of companies are in the pipeline we are talking to, but what I want to reassure the company is that we're very mindful of the comments some of you made, especially as regards getting, making sure that we don't have strange bedfellows coming to bed with us. We are screening, working with a top financial advisor, working with us in this process to ensure that anybody, all those who may likely join us in a business combination are going to be companies and shareholders that have reputation and that will not come and bring problems into your company. Okay, so we are assuring that very, very, very well. And
Chairman, we're not hearing you.
Business combination we are looking at is going to be an acquisition. It is not like just a business. My microphone is unmuted. Hello? Hello?
We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you now.
Please go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you now. Go ahead, sir.
We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you, Chairman. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Sorry, my link is acting up. I don't know whether you had me when I started talking about recapitalization. Did you hear me? Did you hear what I was saying?
We hear you on that, sir. We hear you on that.
We did.
Hello?
We did.
Hello?
We heard you, sir.
Hello?
Go
We are
ahead,
with you, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. So if you had me, yes. So if you had me with the first, yes, I'm still on that same topic of capitalization. And I said, if you heard what I said earlier, we are looking at the business combination from an acquisition point of view, and that we have gone very far in the process of trying to look at our partners. But at this moment, we are still under confidentiality or non-disclosure until we're able to pen down agreements. That's when we're going to be able to reveal who these people are. But the concerns of members, and I said, I'm reassuring the members that we are putting everything into consideration. One straight big federation. Companies we are talking to are companies that all have positive shareholder retained share, retained shares. Retained earnings, positive retained earnings, so that the impact of that combination will wipe out this 2.6 billion. Even without retaining any profits at the moment. We are projecting
Chairman, we're not hearing you now.
Chairman, I can't hear you again.
We ought to know the way the internet behaves. That is the disadvantage of this electronic system. People should be patient. It will come back.
Okay, sir.
So there is an issue here that most of us allow our mic to be on while we are. The mic.
Chairman, we can't hear you now.
my link. Can you hear me?
Mute your mic. Unmute it. Away.
Chairman, just wait.
Please, let's be quiet. He's speaking, please.
Okay. So I'm back now. No. Okay, so I've talked about the capitalization and the qualities of the companies that we are currently engaged with, and reassuring the meeting, mindful of all the concerns raised in terms of how we need to conduct these conversations to be sure, and negotiations to be sure that partners we are going to select are those who will bring the value to the company. They will not bring any form of disorder. And at the end of the day, we will not only attain the required capital, but also have a company that is large, have the necessary capital to do business that all of us will be proud of. So, having said this point, I would like to ask one or two things to talk about on the business side, to address some of the concerns on future earnings of the company, to ensure that sooner than later we'll pay dividends. So, MD, please, can you say a few things so that I move on, please?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chairman. Our distinguished shareholders, thank you very much for your sacrifice and attending this meeting and your support all the while. Sincerely, as a management, we are working tirelessly to ensure that we improve on our position and performance. We are mindful of the concerns of the shareholders, and we have a focus in ensuring that we live up to that. 2019, yes, we had a marginal growth. And when we ended 2019 and coming into 2020, we had a very big ambition, and we kicked off immediately pursuing that before the issue of COVID stepped in and the situation of the economy. But despite that, our position as at today is showing that we have done over 55% of what we did in 2019. As at today, we are doing close to 3 billion naira. I am quite sure that before the end of the year, we will do above that level. And we are also mindful of the fact that we need to clear the negative return earning as part of what will enable us pay dividends to shareholders, as well as position us in a very good level for this recapitalization. Because in conjunction with the vision of the board, the management is working to ensure that the brand Universal Insurance PLC will stand post-recapitalization in line with the mandate the shareholders gave us in the last AGM we had in Necker House. So I am sure that by the time the result of 2020 will be reviewed, God sparing our lives, for the next AGM, the result will be far, far better than what we have in 2019. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Yes, thank you.
Amen.
Okay, gentlemen, we can proceed right now. I hereby move for the adoption of the report of directors, the balance sheets as at 31st December 2019, together with the profit and loss accounts for the period ended on that date, and the report of the auditors thereof. Could someone please second this motion?
I second, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, please.
Mr. Chairman, I second.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nwosu.
What's the name?
And those in favor of the motion may signify by the raising the hands of as well. Or can we do that by voice? So
Mr. Chairman, who seconded that motion? Let the name be announced.
Hello, Mr. Nwosu, what did he say? So what did he say?
Get the name of the seconder of the motion so that the secretary will write down the name.
Okay, what is the name of the seconder? I thought he seconded Mr. Nwosu.
Not Mr. Nwosu.
Seconder is Olaofe.
Oladipo Olaofe.
Second.
Okay, sorry.
Oladipo
Sorry, I thought it was
Olaofe.
Okay, Oladipo is the name.
Oladipo, I've taken the name.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All those in favor signify by raising your hands. Yeah, right hand. I'm not seeing any hands up. Or can we use voice? Turn on the microphone and let's say those in favor.
No, the chairman, there's a provision for raising of.
We are all in favor. We are all in favor.
Those against? Nobody.
Mr. Chairman, this meeting is a proxy meeting. Everything about election result must come from the registrars. It's a proxy meeting. It's not an ordinary meeting that we show hands and all this and that. Once a motion is moved and seconded, the auditors will have to conduct the poll.
Okay, so auditors are...
No, the registrar. For correction's sake, the registrars.
No. So which one is correct? The registrars or the auditors?
The registrars. The registrars.
Okay, the
Mr. Chairman, point of order, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Can you speak, please?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I think the proper thing to do, instead of having this conflict of member shareholders, those who are listed as a proxy to represent other shareholders, Sasonin was second that motion. So it behoves on other recognized accredited representative proxy to second that motion. You don't bring other people who are not listed here to participate. They only can watch and observe proceedings of the meeting. That's normal. Otherwise, it's no longer proxy meeting, Mr. Chairman.
I don't know. I don't understand your point. What is the point? Make it.
Okay.
What he's trying to say is that since their name is not on the proxy list,
listed the proxy and the people for participate in the meeting. Yes, you cannot participate in the meeting.
The proxies here, are they not the ones that have been?
And that's what happened to this problem. Sasonin was no, Mr. Chairman. When you Sasonin was second that motion, then if you hope to other shareholders that are listed, I think the company.
Mr. Chairman, for a very fast meeting, let me second the motion. I second, so that we cannot be arguing on anything. So I second the motion.
And what is the name of the speaker? Let's second them. Can you mention them?
My name is Nwosu. Nwosu. I second the motion.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's go to item 3. In accordance with section 2591 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, at every annual general meeting, 1/3 of numbers of executive directors of the company shall retire. The directors in every meeting shall be those who have been longest in office since their last election. The directors who are eligible for retirement are Lieutenant General Joshua Dogoyaro, CFR, Dr. Anthony Kocha.
Yeah.
These directors are offering themselves for re-election. In order to save time,
your network.
I would like to ask the managing director to conduct this process, since I'm one of the those concerned. So, MD, please, can you?
You know what they have done. You
asking the meeting, you can do that by a single resolution.
They are the ones that can unmute you.
Thank you very much, the chair. I hereby propose a motion that Lieutenant General Joshua Dogonyaro, CFR, and that Dr. Antonio Kocha be re-elected. Can somebody please second the motion?
I do. Olukoya, second that motion.
AK Chibuzo Emmanuel supported.
You are not part of the proxy.
No, AK Chibuzo Emmanuel is part of the meeting.
No, it's not part of the proxy.
Okay, Matthew Akilade
Matthew Akinlade.
Matthew Akinlade can do that, sir.
Yeah, Matthew Akinlade is part of it. Matthew Akinlade.
Thank you very much. So we don't need to say those in favor of what, since it has been.
The registrar should give us the results from the proxies.
Okay. The registrars are there to conduct the poll. What are they doing?
Okay, registrar, please, can you do your job?
I don't know what they're looking for, you know.
Is the registrar still there? Can you respond to this, please?
Registrar, please unmute.
The result from the proxies.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you.
That is proposed on the floor of the meeting. So for voting that is taking place, is all in favor. Whatever the meeting decides, the proxies are all in favor of that resolution.
Okay, that's okay.
There is no any against. The proxies are all in favor of the resolution submitted.
Okay, thank you very much. So the resolution is carried.
Chairman.
So I hereby move.
Chairman.
Okay, sorry.
Chairman.
Yes, please.
Hey, that ISA is not correct. Every resolution, you must announce the figures, whether they are all the same. He has to announce, and then you will respond that the motion has been carried. We will move to the next thing.
Okay.
Sir.
Registrar, can you go through it again for the election of directors who are retiring and have submitted themselves for election?
We have a total number of 122 proxies and another 28 proxies, and all the resolution, all the proxies have. There is no proxy against any resolution. They are all for.
Give us the
we have a total number of we have a total number of 122 plus 28, which is about 150 proxies, and all in favor.
Okay, thank you very much, Registrar. I hereby declare the motion unanimously carried.
Oga registrars. Oga registrars. Oga registrars. You are being recorded. The whole world is watching you. That is not the way. I will send you something after this meeting. The fact that you don't even have to do it in piecemeal, you give us the position, both those at the meeting and those that submitted. You say it's 150. That 150, you must give us the figure that 10 billion voted in favor, none against. And the chairman will now say, having received this number, the motion is carried. Then he moved to another thing. I mean, don't do all this now. Don't do anything that will put this company into a dispute. Don't do it. Get your acts together and help us to have a good meeting.
Sir, the total we have for the proxies, which I gave earlier on, is about 9.4 billion. And in all those proxies, with those units, nobody is against.
I am not saying you are telling lies.
All right, read it.
come to announcing results. Read
Yes.
the number.
The numbers. It is very important so that the
Hello, sir.
meeting will record it that we have 10-point-something billion shares in favor. No share against. No shareholder is against. That's the way it's done. You cannot just tell us that everything is in favor. The thing is carried without attaching a figure to it. Secondly, all the directors, retiring or new directors, must be taken one by one. There is nothing like, what do they call it?
Single resolution.
There is nothing like single resolution in proxy AGM.
Okay.
All right, sir.
Registrar, Ben, can you take the...
Hello, sir.
Ben, can you
The
take
registrar need to have this on the screen also.
Yes,
This has to be displayed on the screen so that everybody watching, even those watching on the YouTube or Facebook, can see it. So it needs to be displayed, whatever they have captured.
MD, please can you
Hello, sir.
can you go through it again and General Dogoyaro first, well then myself second, then we take it one after the other. Say since the meeting said it cannot be done by a single resolution. Can you go through that? So I just move on with this meeting.
Okay, thank you very much. Lieutenant General Joshua Dogoyaro is retiring by rotation and is offering himself for re-election. I hereby move a motion that he will be re-elected. And somebody second.
I, Matthew Akinlade, second that motion.
Okay. Matthew Akinlade, second the motion. Registrars, can we confirm?
We confirm that 9,249,442,316 total number of proxies units submitted are in favor of this vote.
So, in view of this result, the motion is hereby carried.
Good. That is the way it is done.
Okay, for Dr. The next is Dr. Anthony. Thank you. The next is Dr. Anthony Okocha, who is also retiring by rotation and is offering himself for re-election.
Is Anthony Okocha there? He should take a bow. He should take a bow. Get up and take a bow.
Can you take a bow, Dr. Anthony Okocha?
I salute you all, sir.
Better. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So I hereby move a motion that Dr. Anthony Okocha be re-elected as the director, non-executive director of Universal Insurance. Can somebody rise and second the motion?
I do.
Arise to second that emotion. Thank you. I, Baka Eberegulet, arise to second that emotion. Thank you.
If you are not on the proxy list, you have not even done.
Okay, Jean Boniface, second the motion.
You don't have to second.
Boniface,
Boniface, seconding the motion. Can the registrar reconfirm this?
So, of the 9,249,442,316.
Hello. I moved the motion before Boniface. Okay, see.
You're not on the list.
They say you are not a proxy, you are just an invitee.
Hello, registrar, can we hear you?
Can I go on?
Yes, registrar, go on.
Of the 9,249,442,316 share units of proxy submitted, no proxy is against the motion.
Thank you very much. In view of this,
they are all in favor.
In view of this result,
congratulations, sir.
The resolution is hereby carried.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
sir. Thank you, meeting. Thank you for the confidence. Thank you.
It's worshipful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Congratulations.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes. Thank you, and ladies. Thank you. Then let's go to item number 4. Item number 4.
The chairman is portable.
Yes, I've had you. Item number 4 on the agenda is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of auditors for the ensuing financial year. I move that the directors be authorized to fix the remuneration of auditors for the ensuing financial year. Will someone please rise and second the motion? Second the motion.
I, Oluwaseun, second that motion, sir.
Thank you.
So he's not a proxy.
Oh, so Shehu is not a proxy, okay.
Can you move?
Shehu is not on proxy, and it's like he's on audit committee. You should not be, you are to be seen, not to be heard.
This is a virtual meeting. Hello, this is a virtual meeting.
Matthew Akinlade, I second the motion. Let's move on.
Okay, thank you.
Matthew Akinlade.
Thank you, Chief Akinlade. Am I supposed to say who those in favor of the motion?
No, it's the registrars.
Registrar.
Okay.
So let's hear you.
Registrar, can you go to screen again?
Yes, Musa. 9,492,316. All in favor of the motion.
None against.
The motion is carried.
Nobody is against.
So the motion is carried. I declare the motion unanimously carried. Item number 5 on the agenda is to re-elect or elect the members of the audit committee. Section 359, subsection 4, provides for equal representation of directors and shareholders of the audit committee. The representatives of directors on the audit committee are Dr. Tony Okocha, Mr. Jasper Aguike, and Regina Danyanwu. We received a total of 16 nominations for shareholders representatives of the committee. The committee secretary will now read out the names. Committee secretary, please.
Okay, sir. List of nominations for audit committee membership. 1. Clement Opera. 2. Angus Amioleme. 3. Oluwaseun Olukoya. 4. Emmanuel Olarewaju. 5. Abaje Ganiu Oluwole. 6. Saliu Mohammed Adebanjo. 7. Babatunde Akoni Shobande. 8. Atonda Moruf. 9. Orefua Temitope N. 10. Orefua Oluwa Fumilayo. 11. Orefua Oluwa Benga. 12. Orefua Babatunde Ademole. 13. Okuniyi Adedapo. 14. Alaga Kolawole Muftau. 15. Jimo Oludare Tajuddin. 16. Orelaja A. Ayodele. Those are the names that were nominated for audit committee membership, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Secretary. These shareholders are offering themselves for election. The elections are by proxy. I call upon the registrar to read out the results of the election by proxy.
No, election is not by proxy.
Is show
No,
of
Mr.
hands
Chairman. Show of hands.
Show of hands
By the
of
created
your proxies
by
and
the
those you have
created
invited.
process.
Okay. I want to nominate the committee secretary to conduct
Mr. Chairman.
election. Yes.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, sir.
The registrars that are supposed.
Is there any withdrawals?
Okay, is the registrar. Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
registrars that will
is
conduct.
there any withdrawals?
Secretary, is there any withdrawal?
No.
We did not receive. We did not
Are there any withdrawals from that list?
Secretary is answering that question.
We did not receive any. We did not receive any withdrawals.
Okay, then there'll be election. Then there must be election.
So the registrar.
Call them one by one.
The election.
One by one, yes. And the
Let's
people
call
who
the
have to
names.
vote.
Let's call the names.
The people who have to vote are the created proxy
Chairman,
representatives.
please, can I speak? My name is Ibekwe Robert. Can I speak, Chairman?
He can't speak. He can't speak. You're not a created proxy. He can't speak. Please.
Chairman, please, observation. Can I speak?
He can't speak. Mr. Chairman.
You are not a proxy that you are not supposed
You can't
to speak.
speak. You can't speak, Bibekwe. You can't speak. Please.
Okay, registrar, please can you conduct the election? Since there are no withdrawals, we need to go name by name for the 16 members who have put themselves forward for the 3 positions available. Please, can you start so that we can do that fast?
Hello, no. No,
Mr. Chairman, observation. Let me put something straight. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, let me just clear these issues. We have about 8 accredited shareholder representatives, including the board and the minority shareholders. That is only people allowed to vote. Whether you are a shareholder who are participating, you are a shareholder. You can only watch the proceedings of the meeting. You cannot comment. You cannot participate. Mr. Chairman,
you have made that point now, Mr. Kessie. You have made the point.
Yes.
You have made the point, and nobody's contesting it.
For this case, relax.
Can you take the polls and only members?
I know what I'm saying. People have been coming up. They want to do that. So let the shareholders take that at the back of their mind. Exactly, sir.
Go ahead with the election. Relax.
Actually, that is my candid suggestion. I am an observer. I am not a proxy. I'm an observer, of course, a shareholder. I'm an observer. And what Mr. Boniface said is exactly what I have in mind, that if there are only 8 accredited proxies, those are the people allowed to vote. And from the look of things, some of them are, their pictures or their video is not showing. And that by prompts that...
Can you go ahead and conduct this poll?
Whoever is available
We know the rules.
Hello, sir.
We know the rules.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello,
sir.
Go ahead with the election.
Let all of us put on the accredited members. Let us put on our video so that we can vote.
So that we can... Yes, exactly.
Let us put our videos on so that the registrar can see our hands in voting.
They can equally display their hands up on the participant platform so that we can do a counting from there too.
Did you see my hand?
I'm seeing Kamsi Ofozo, Ibude Moses up.
Ibude Moses
is not a proxy.
So if you are not a proxy, you don't raise your hand up for this voting.
Yes. Have you sent me another code?
I've only seen one hand up.
Even when I'm raising up my hand here.
I'm raising my hand too.
Julie,
I am raising my hand also.
The registrar, who are we voting for now?
Sir.
Right now, I think I should call the names one by one.
Yes.
I don't know whether you have the names there.
When you call the name,
call the name.
No, you call
I call a
name.
If I call a name,
Secretary, I think what the registrar.
If I call the name, then we vote.
Yes.
Wait now.
Yes,
what the
then I will
registrar
count
is trying
the votes.
to do
I will count
is
the
to
votes.
ascertain that when we are voting, you'll be able to identify the hands. I think that's what is because I've raised my hand and he didn't see my hand.
Okay, please, can all the proxies raise their hands?
Mr. Boniface raise his hand up.
Can all the proxies raise their hand?
Okay.
My hand is also raised here.
My hand is raised too.
Is it physically or on the system? I'm seeing 4 hands here now. Boniface is here.
No, you take
my hand is raised too.
Who is Julie Baka?
My hand is raised too.
Raise your hand.
I think it would be better to raise your hand on the system.
Raise your hand on the system. I think that will be better.
Yes, it will be better to raise your hand on the system. I will do the counting from there, and then we know for who we are voting for.
Call the name.
Sorry, please. Some of the people raising their hands are not proxies.
I am going to call them so that you identify which are not proxies. I'm seeing Boniface's hand is up, Mr. Ben's hand is up, Reginald is up, Olabisi is up, Matthew Akilade is up.
Yes. Olabisi Bakare, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And you haven't seen my hand.
You haven't seen mine?
No, sir, I have not seen it. I have not seen it, sir.
Look very well.
Okay, Chibuzo, you are not a proxy.
Only 5 hands.
Put down your hand.
Only 5 hands are up.
So once you raise your hand on the system, not on the system.
Yes,
it's on the system now.
No, but I'm seeing you, but your hand is not raised.
If you are seeing me, you should see my hand. My hand is raised.
You are raising your hand up physically on the system.
Oh,
Press,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. I get the
Go to more. You will see his hand.
Yeah.
I don't have it here because my more is linked to the YouTube. So I can only raise my hand here.
Yes, your hand is up now.
Okay.
Your hand is up now, yes.
Register, my hand is up on my screen. Please.
Can you guys move forward this process? We have 16 names. We have 16 names to go to play.
So can we have the name of the voting for now? Can we have the name of the person who are voting for now?
Okay, number 1, Clement Opara.
So we are voting for Clement Opara now.
Okay.
So if you can raise your hand up. 6.
I want to.
Register, my hand is this 3.
Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3. We have 8 hands up. 9 is AK Chibuzo Emmanuel.
Yes.
He's not a proxy.
No, it's not a proxy. You should have total of 8 there. Total of 8 people.
We have 8 now. 8. Yes.
Which name is this? Which name are we voting for?
Clement.
We are voting for Clement.
My hand is up. I'm one of the projects. My hand is up.
Yeah, Chairman, you are right. You are one of the processes. You can vote.
Yes, my hand is up here.
Yes. Yes.
There's a Julie Baka. She's not a proxy. I don't know why she's raising her hand.
You cannot vote. You cannot vote. Not my hand.
We have 8 hands. 8. Aside Julie Baka, your own hand that is physically raised up and the chairman.
Oh, you should have hands.
Julie Baka is not a proxy now. Why is she doing all this?
It's not counted. Julie Baka
All
is
you
not
should
counted.
have is 8 hands.
I said we have 8 hands now. 8 for Clement. So you can bring your hands down. Let's have the next thing. Let's have the next thing.
The next name is Angus Amioleme.
Okay, you can put your hands up for Angus Amioleme.
Yes. Amioleme.
My hand is up.
Angus Amioleme.
Yes. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
Yes.
Mr. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we have 7 names there.
The chairman's hand is up
for Angus. No, Mr. Reginald, you can put that in hand. It's already on the system.
Okay,
yes,
I've done so.
The next.
Put that hand. 7.
My hand is up.
The next name.
The next.
You can bring it down.
The next name is Oluwaseun Olukoya. Oluwaseun Olukoya.
Okay. You can put your hands up, sir.
Yeah, my hand is up.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, you can bring your hands down. The next name. The next name. The next name. You can bring your hands down.
Emmanuel.
Put your hands down now.
Bring your hands down, Mr. Emmanuel. If you are for Emmanuel, put your hands up. If you are for Emmanuel, put your hands up.
It cannot be now. All the parties have voted for this.
For Emmanuel, put your hands up.
He cannot win. Move to another one.
The next name.
The next
name. The next name. The next name. The next name.
Agbaje Ganiu.
If you are for Jamiu Agbaje, if you are for Agbaje Jamiu, you can put your hands up. If you are for Agbaje Jamiu, you can put your hands up.
It is important we know how many hands that are up for those people you are calling to. It is very important. Thank you.
I thought maybe when we do the voting, then we'll now report how many hands went up. So you can, the next name. There is no hand up for Agbaje Jamiu. That is it. The next name.
Okay.
The next name.
Can you hear me now?
We're not hearing you.
Yes, the next name.
The next name is Saliu Mohammed Adebanjo Saliu.
Okay.
Another name, please. Call another person. Nobody's voting.
The next name.
Babatunde Akoni Babande.
The next name. The next name.
Who has another name?
Atonda Moruf.
The next name.
Orefu Atemitope.
Moruf.
Atonda Moruf. Atonda Moruf.
The next name.
The next name.
Orefu Atemitope.
Next name.
Okay. Orefua Oluwafumilayo.
Come next year.
Next name.
Next name.
Orefua Oluwabega.
Next year.
Next name. Next name.
Orefua Babatunde Ademole.
This is large family.
Next name.
Mr. and Mrs.
Next name.
Okuni Adedapo.
Next
the next name. Next name.
Yeah.
Okay. Alaga Kolawale Muftao.
The next name.
Jimo Oludare Tajudin.
Next name. Next.
Jimo Oludare Tajudin. Next name and last name is
yes.
Orelaja A. Ayodele. Orelaja A. Ayodele.
Next year candidate.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Chairman, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, sir.
Yeah,
the result.
Hello.
Give us the result.
Results, Mr. Chairman, sir. Can I?
Announce the result.
Go ahead and
the results are for Clement. Hello.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go on.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Clement 8. Angus 7. Oluwaseun 7. Emmanuel 1. The rest are all zeros.
Call them one by one now.
So Clement Opara 8. No.
Angus Samuel Lemme.
Yes. Hello, sir.
Go ahead.
Clement Opera is 8. Angus.
Clement Opera, wave now so that you know you are there. Clement Opera.
Yeah, but in the stop at this meeting though. Not at this meeting.
Hello?
You people know how to.
Call the names.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Only 3.
If I give you the name, you want me to call
Clement Opera? Clement Opera 8. Angus 7. Oluwaseun 7. Emmanuel 1. The rest all have 0 votes. 8.
Angus
7.
The 3 highest.
Angus and
give us the 3 names that have been elected. Give us the names that have been elected, please.
Clement, Angus, and Oluwaseun. The rest have 0.
The
0 votes.
Give us the names that have been re-elected. Give us the names.
Yes, tell us that these are the people that are re-elected. Just say it.
The following are the people that have been re-elected, going by the votes. Clement Opara 8.
Better.
Angus Oluwaseun 7.
Okay.
Oluwaseun. 7.
Olukoya.
Yes, Oluwaseun Olukoya 7. These are the 3 re-elected candidates going
all.
by this vote.
Congratulations to all.
Congratulations. Give us the name of the director joining them.
Thank you.
Give us the name of the directors joining them.
The secretary is the chairman that we do that now.
Congratulations.
The secretary can do that, sir.
Is the chairman that we do that.
Is the chairman that will do that, please.
Chairman, give us the name of the director joining them.
Thank you, Registrar.
Chairman, give the director's name joining them. That's all, and he close the meeting.
Chairman is talking. Please.
Give us the name of the director joining them on the audit committee.
One side. Abuja.
Ugumba, are you not going to airport?
Chairman is having issues.
Mr. Angosam, please can I land?
Chairman, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, would someone second the motion, please?
Okay, I, Matthew Akinade, I second the motion.
What are you seconding, Matthew Akinade?
Chairman, which motion are you seconding?
Which motion are you seconding? Can you imagine?
The following people.
See, we are tribalizing this meeting.
I don't know.
We are tribalizing it. It's not supposed to be so. They should allow the chairman and the company secretary to run this. We are tribalizing
exactly.
Chairman, go ahead and mute people, the other people, please.
I told you before to mute everybody who is not supposed to speak. So that we can
Chairman, they keep on muting themselves.
You should have a facility where only you can unmute somebody when you.
Yes, the secretary is the one to mute it.
I just read out all the members of the audit committee, and I said, can somebody second the motion that all these members that I've read, the members of the audit committee. If you want me to go through it again, I'll go through it again.
They are forcing my seconding that motion, so let them decide on what to do. But I think people are interfering so much unnecessarily without being given the go-ahead to talk. For a formal meeting, it's not right. And this is the truth. Let the chairman run the meeting. Finish.
A lot of people are just talking. We're supposed to be adults in a meeting, and let us talk when you are recognized to talk. Everybody cannot be talking at the same time.
Chairman, I think the problem is a matter of excitement from people because they saw a loophole. And, you know, decorum should take the first position in anything we are doing. Please take control of the meeting, announce the composition of the audit committee, and you get a seconder. It doesn't require voting. And we
I have done so, but people are not listening. A lot of people are talking. I want to go through it again.
Let me second it. Move to another thing. I second it. I second the composition of the audit committee.
As members of the audit committee. Let's go to the final item, which is at 10:05. Having exhausted the business of the day, I hereby declare the meeting closed. Can someone lead us in closing prayers? I would like to know that any member here, any participants, I want to know whether And someone
Chairman, I said the prayer.
Okay. Can I give a closing prayer, Master Kennedy?
The person says a closing prayers in Islamic language. If not, let something.
Can I do, Mr. Chairman? Is here.
Please go ahead.
Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Sallu ala Nabi Karim, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I thank Almighty Allah for bringing us to a successful conclusion of this meeting. I pray that by next year we meet again. We should have moved from this level to another higher level. And I pray that God should protect and guide all our directors to be able to lead us in good direction, give them good health, wisdom, and divine direction. All these are more I ask for in the mighty name of Allah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Amin. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Elijah Kuda is still praying. Thank you. Congratulations to everybody. Congratulations.
Thank you, Elijah.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much.
The national anthem.
Yes, sir.
Can we sing the national anthem?
With love and faith.
Our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, in
God bless Nigeria. God bless Universal Insurance. God bless every one of us. Amen. Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations for successful AGM.
Congratulations, sir. For this
Congratulations.
Congratulations, my brother.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Chairman.
Amen. Today.
Congratulations, Chairman.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations, MD.
Thank you.
And,
Congratulations,
thank you.
investors.
And I wish every one of us thank
you.
Reginald, your ships. To stay very safe.
Congratulations, sir.
Well done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
you're looking younger now.
Congratulations, Engineer Cyril.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Well done.
Well done, sir.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody.
For us.
Yes, I hail you. I congratulate you.
God in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Olukoya and Amelia, I congratulate all of you.
Everybody, congratulations.
Congratulations, Mr. Ibepe. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I hail my MD.
My MD, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of us.
MD, congratulations.
Congrats. Can we end this meeting now?
Chairman, congratulations.
Secretary, congratulations. You did a very good job.
Chairman.
Thank you, Engineer Cyril. Congratulations, sir.
Well done. Thank you. Congratulations, everybody. Next year we